today on Henry's How To's, I'm going to show you how to make Turkish Iskender Kebab. Let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is make our actual doner kebab component. Now you would have seen that I've done a video on this before, but I'm going to do another one now in a very quick style for this. So you can use either video. So what I've got in front of me here is 400 grams of lamb mince. To this we'll add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, half a teaspoon of onion powder, about a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of ground garlic, and finally about half a teaspoon of black pepper. And all we're going to do is just mix this well together. Okay, so just like so. Okay guys, so what I've done next is just grab some baking paper, and we're going to get our mince. I'm just going to try and turn it into a cylinder shape like that, and place it in the middle. And I've just got some water here as well, use that so it doesn't stick. And we just want to sort of shape this into a rectangle shape. Now at the same time you want to push down to make this longer. Okay, so basically you want something that looks like that. So it's probably just a bit over a centimeter thick. Now the reason for this is what we're going to do is wrap this and place it into the freezer. Not for long, probably about half an hour, 45 minutes. Because when it firms up, we can easily slice this very thinly. So what we'll do is wrap the paper over, wrap the sides, just turn it over like that. That way it's nice and sealed. So guys, straight into the freezer, leave it in there for about 30-45 minutes. It should be just a little bit firm. Alright guys, so what we'll do now is actually make our tomato sauce part. So just into a saucepan on a low to medium heat, we'll add about 3 tablespoons of butter. To this we'll add about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Next we'll add half a teaspoon of sweet paprika, about half a teaspoon of ground chilli. You can add a bit more if you want it extra hot. Half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of salt. We just want to stir this all together, get it well combined. Once that's all mixed through, we'll add in 1 cup of water. And we just want to stir that all together and just bring it up to the boil. Alright guys, once that reaches the boil, turn your heat all the way down to low. And all we want to do is let this simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay guys, so we're just at the 5-minute mark now. That's thickened up nicely. Not too thick either. You want it to still have a bit of runniness, so that's perfect. So we'll turn the heat off. And you can just let this rest here. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do next is my yogurt sauce. So just into a small cup, we'll add about 1 cup of yogurt. And to this we're going to add about 3 crushed garlic cloves, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And we'll just mix this all together. Okay, so our yogurt sauce is now ready. So all we're going to do is cover this, put this into the fridge until we're ready to use it. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is work on our bread component. So what I've got here is just a Turkish bread loaf. And what we need to do with this is cube it. So I'm just going to cut it this way as first. I just want to cut it into strips like so. And we're going to turn it around and we're going to cube it. Just like that. So I'm just going to place this straight into a bowl now and we'll put it to the side. Okay, so I've just brought our mince out of the freezer. Just carefully unwrap it. And as you can tell, just by that, it's nice and firm. So guys, what we need to do now is slice this as thinly as we can. So using a very, very sharp knife, you want to create thin strips like that. So you want to go as thin as possible, just like so. So we'll keep on slicing all of it. So guys, the other ingredient we'll need is about 200 grams of butter. So I've just put that into a small saucepan and we're going to melt this now. Alright guys, so that's all our meat sliced up, so let's move on to our stove now. So just into a large pan on a medium to high heat, we'll add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. And we want to get that nice and hot. Okay, so once our pan's hot, we'll slowly start adding in our meat. we're going to do is cook our meat until it's cooked all the way through. So guys, make sure you're cooking on a high heat because we want to keep our meat nice and moist. We don't want to dry it out on a low heat. Okay guys, so our meat is nice and firm and I can tell they're nice and cooked. But what I'm going to do is let these cook just a bit more because we want them to get just a little bit crispy. Alright, so that's looking pretty good now, so I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is take out all the meat, place it into a bowl. Now we'll return the pan back to our heat. We'll lower the heat to a low to medium and we're going to add in half of our melted butter. And to this we'll add in our chopped up Turkish bread. And all we're pretty much doing is lightly toasting it in our pan. Now you don't have to do it like this, but believe me, butter is your best friend when it comes to this dish. Or any dish I should say, to be honest. Just toss it around in your pan. Try and get all the bread to absorb up that beautiful butter. And we're getting a nice beautiful toasty colour now, which is what we want. Okay, that's looking good, so let's take it off the heat. Alright, so we'll spread out our bread across our plate, or however you want to serve it, in a bowl. And make sure you spread it out because that's going to be our base. So guys, next we're going to get our tomato sauce that we made, and we're going to pour about half of it on the base like so. Once again, give it a good even coverage. Next you want to grab your meat and just spread it out nicely. And we'll top off the rest of our sauce. Just like that. Now we'll bring our yogurt that we made. You guys, just add some dollops right, just like so. Beautiful. Alright guys, to finish it off, we'll add in the rest of our butter. Just like so. And then just look at that. So that's all there is to it. So this can also be done with chicken if you prefer, but it is traditionally done with lamb. I hope you like that guys. Please like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. If you've got any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom and I'll see you all next time.